Okay, this is going to be a short video, but I got a lot of important information I need to bring to you guys. And I definitely want to get the opinion of Squirrel Tribe here with me on this one. Folks, CVS, Walmart to cut pharmacy hours due to staffing shortages. Pretty ironic. But I'm going to read to you what this Today article says here, that picking up your prescriptions could soon get a little harder as CVS and Walmart announced plans to scale back pharmacy hours to address a shortage of key positions. So obviously we know that a lot of folks are being laid off and being replaced and made obsolete by AI and technology, but this saying key positions is obviously clear. Pharmacists, pharmacy technicians. It takes more than just an application. You have to have some schooling, some training, some certifications, a degree possibly. And it says that Walmart, CVS, and Walgreens will reduce pharmacy hours. The 3 giant pharmacy locations will be reducing their pharmacy hours across the country. Now, this has huge impacts and implications for the people who rely on Walmart and their pharmacies, and these pharmacies closing, making it more difficult for them to have access to the medications and prescriptions that they need on a daily basis. It says that Walmart says they now have their pharmacy hours that will be 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Walmart pharmacy hours were previously 9 to 9. So it's like, oh, okay, it's only 2 hours difference. 2 things with this. Number one, for those people who get off work at 6, 6:30, 7, 8, who were lucky to make it by 9, they are now going to be inconvenienced, or perhaps we'll have to find an alternative solution, or we'll have to take off work and reduce their ability to earn income to get the prescriptions that they need to have access to these pharmacies. 2, or B, I think that this is actually aligning with what I've been seeing. You can chime in if you agree, but I think this is aligning with what I've been seeing here recently, where companies are trying to whittle down their hours to 1 shift. So granted, 9 to 7 isn't 1 shift, but we're getting closer to that 1 shift to be able to reduce our overall workforce and payroll.
I think they're using the not enough people as an excuse, so that when they roll out the go to the locker, punch your code in, and get your prescriptions out that way, it's thanked instead of looked at as a negative. Gotcha.
Okay, let's make this bad news and inconvenience now, so that you'll be happy when we change it later
and bring you convenience.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. And possibly they could add to this convenience by you just scanning the RFID code in your chip in your wrist or something like that.
Anything's possible.
Now it says that the chain said the move is to improve work-life balance for its workers. Now,
as it lays off most of its workers to improve its profit balance.
They're saying it's to improve the work-life balance. So again, they're going to try to position it and spin it in a way to make it look like they're doing a good thing. Are they really? You guys decide. Comment down below.
Do you know how many people out there prefer afternoon, evening, late night jobs to help with their work-life balance?
Got a good point there. It's not just the 9 to 5 work-life balance. So CVS plans to adjust their pharmacy hours in the spring, according to this report. And CVS says they plan to make sure they are open during peak customer demand, and it will affect around 2/3 of the company's approximately 9,000 retail pharmacies beginning in March. So folks, if you're not part of the majority, you're part of the minority. If you do not fall into peak customer demand, then sucks for you.
You know what is peak customer demand? Before 9 a.m. Do you know how much it sucked when our child went into school at 7:30 or 8, and I had to kill 60 minutes before I could get into a store to get anything that I needed? It was a huge inconvenience to have late openings. And you know how many people need to be able to go to places before they start their 9 to 5, not just after their 9 to 5.
Interesting. Regarding Walgreens, a spokesperson told CBS that the chain recently had to adjust pharmacy hours because of staffing challenges. So this ties into that whole labor shortage. But again, folks, if you are in a particular field or considering, maybe pharmacy technician could possibly be a direction to go with these staffing challenges, because, you know, I'm hearing 2 sides here. people don't want to work. Meanwhile, companies want to lay people off. Meanwhile, there are staffing challenges. Meanwhile, we're trying to create a work-life balance. Which one is it really?
But you didn't look at the other option. Just what, a year ago, you had to have certain criteria done to you in order to have a job, especially in the medical field. Maybe there were a lot of people who said, as somebody in the medical field, I don't like how this sounds, I don't trust this, I'm not doing this, therefore lack of technicians now, lack of people who are able to work there.
No, that makes a lot of sense. And being in the pharmacy, I'm sure that they would probably be amongst the few that would easily turn their nose up at this, injection without a large amount of clinical trials and testing being in the field that they're in. That makes a lot of sense. But this says here, this is even more alerting and more alarming. Warning folks, consumers could be in a world of hurt. And this falls on Biden, okay? It says that former Walmart CEO has announced here, Bill Simon, that consumers could be in a world of hurt if Biden doesn't act soon. America is stuck in inflation loop. So comment down below, give the video a like if you feel as though that this is accurate. And I'm going to explain to you what this inflation loop really means. Mass layoffs are plaguing more than just the big tech industry. Like I said, we're hearing these stories of layoffs. Meanwhile, we have other instances of staff shortages. So which one is it really? Maybe they have created this problem, obviously, with what you just described. On Sunday, former Walmart CEO Bill Simon joined Fox and Friends Weekend to warn Americans of the detrimental impact that corporate layoffs could have on the U.S.'s feeble economy. And it says, it's crazy right now. We're stuck in this loop of wage inflation, product inflation, and cost inflation. So perhaps maybe these pharmacies aren't trying to really create this work-life balance. They're trying to create this balance sheet balance, this cash flow balance, this profit balance, because they don't want to continuously pay these higher wages. Maybe. But we are in this inflation loop that includes wage inflation, product inflation, and cost inflation, and it's just a cycle that keeps going. And according to Bill Simon, he thinks, unfortunately, an inevitable byproduct of some of the Fed's moves, and as the necessary medicine we have to take, no pun intended, to kind of cool things down and get the inflation back under control on some of these layoffs that are coming. And please comment down below and let me know if the recent inflation, recession, economic crisis, economic collapse has wiped you out financially, economically. Have you experienced layoffs from your job, or maybe have witnessed layoffs occurring at your job with other employees, wondering if you will be next on the chopping block? So it says here that Federal Reserve officials have said they expect unemployment to climb as a result of their aggressive interest rate hike campaign. Updated projections from the central bank's December meeting show that officials expect unemployment to rise to 4.6% by the end of this year, up from the current rate of 3.5%. And you guys already know from previous video uploads that economists and other experts feel as though that these numbers are understated and that unemployment will actually reach 5.25%, almost 5.5%, probably more than likely. And it says that food costs have gone up 23% in the last 2 years. Has your income gone up 23%? So now wages have gone up 17%. And according, this is at Walmart. So it says that wages have gone up 17% at Walmart, 25% at Delta for pilots, 25% for the rail industry, and wage increases like that sort of counteract the employment layoffs that we're starting to see. And so there's a lot of that going on. So as the cost continues to rise, the wages continue to rise, and this inflationary cycle just continues on down the road, climbing greater and greater. But even still, it's like, so what if costs have gone up 23% and your wages have only gone up 25%? You've got a 2% margin of error. Is that really where you want to be?
No, but I still am not impressed with the whole Delta got a 25% raise, because you have to think about the fact that Delta also ended up laying off numerous pilots, so that 25% to keep the remaining ones there really didn't cost them that much in the long run. No, you got a really good point there. So that's a question I would ask all of you is, would you be willing to forfeit your employment for the benefit of a colleague or a coworker so that they could get a raise? Or would you accept a raise knowing that it would cost
a colleague or a co-worker their job? Comment down below, let me know what you think. It says the former Walmart president continued bringing to light a unique problem that the US's, here we go, immigration problem has imposed on the workforce, okay? Now, there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of debate about this immigration situation and how it has a huge impact on our workforce, employment, layoffs, the economy. Even at some point, people saying that they thought that they were going to use this as a way to counteract the possible railroad workers union strike and not necessarily have to bring in the National Guard and other branches of the military to pick up the slack, but they were going to actually put these folks to work in these jobs to keep the economy, keep the country going, obviously at a much lower cost.
When's the last time you saw a Delta pilot that was clearly, like, we're talking illegal immigrants here. I mean, let's be honest, that's what they're talking about, correct? Illegal immigrants.
I would assume undocumented.
When's the last time you had an undocumented illegal airline pilot, or the last time you had an undocumented illegal pharmacy technician? Like, they're not taking the jobs that they're talking about here that are costing us so much money. They're the ones who are painting your house or cutting your grass or cleaning your room or something like that, because those are, generally speaking, the businesses that you could get somebody in under the radar, pay them cash, send them on their way, not these businesses that are the ones touting the whole issue.
So you think he's talking a bunch of
crap?
He talking crap. So it says we need workers, but we need workers we can employ that are in the country legally. Now these are his words, not mine. I'm just reading this from this article. And it says what happens now is you're letting people in that can't participate in the workforce, but do increase the demand. Interesting take. So you have increased demand driving prices up without the workforce to be able to service it. So it's a complicated factor. Certain inputs are trying to solve inflation, but you have counteracting forces that kind of mess that up, is what Bill Simon says. So basically, you're letting too many people in, having access as consumers in an economy that doesn't have the supply of the workforce and labor and inputs and capital injections and financial stability to actually produce.
It still doesn't make sense. To
satisfy the demand based on the supply available.
Why are there so many layoffs then? If you need the workers to help with the new demand with all the people, why are you laying everybody off? If people are demanding the services, it means they're there spending the money, so why are you laying off the employees? It still doesn't make sense.
You know what? That's a good question. If anybody here watching, or you can share this with anyone you know, please do. Have you been laid off by a company or a corporation that honestly doesn't make sense why you were laid off, and how your layoff was actually going to help them achieve a goal of getting back on track financially in this economy, trying to get our GDP back up, trying to get out of this recession? Please comment, let me know. Simon further warned that consumers could be in a world of hurt if the Biden administration does not take action on the country's inflation issue soon. I'm not sure if he even really cares about that at this point in time.
You gotta look at the inflation issue is because there are so many more people here that are willing to spend money. So like, oh, get all you can while you can. That's how it's really, if you really want to sit here and rip this whole thing apart and look at it from what it is, from the dots they don't want you to connect, the inflation is because they know that people are out there spending the money. There's more people here to spend the money. People want these things. People need these things, and they're buying them. So sure, jack the price up.
No, for sure. And there's still a large portion of consumers in the economy that are spending a lot of money. They really can't rub two pennies or two nickels together if they had to, but they're out here spending spending more than they make, spending it before they get it, using credit cards, charging up, racking up debt, getting buried in this high interest debt, which these companies actually make it easy for these people to do. Possibly not having come down off the pandemic high and the stimulus check high and the unemployment payment high that was literally paying people more money to sit on the couch at home and not go to work than go to work. Focusing on wants and not needs. some of which only to, you know, post on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok to show off to their friends or to people they don't even know, just to get likes and shares, without even monetizing the content, which is beyond me. But at the end of the day, if that continues to happen and these companies continue to see that they can get away with it while also laying off workforce and staff to create more of a supply and demand crunch to further drive up prices, then we have almost this never-ending quicksand situation where all these folks who are uneducated and financially irresponsible are going to fall into this trap. Once that happens, maybe we'll see some reform and some change happening in the economy with these businesses, but that's a big if, and that's probably a long ways down the road.
I agree.
Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys real soon on the next update. Take care. Bye.
Bye.